Okay, so today we're here with Richo, or Connor, and we're going to ask him a few questions about school fights. So Richo, why do you think so many fights happen at school?
Because everyone mouths to each other and then they start a fight.
Okay. How do you think we can prevent these fights?
Stop mouthing and stop starting fights.
Okay. What kind of students do you think get in fights?
Oh, the naughty ones usually.
Yeah, fair. And do you think social media has a play in all this?
Oh, sometimes. Maybe not.
So we're here with Luke Matcham, and we're going to ask him a few questions about school fights. So Matcham, why do you think so many fights happen at school?
I reckon so many fights happen at school is because people want to be popular. So if a fight happens, there'll be a lot of talk about them, and it spreads around the school fast. So that's one reason, or because they're just sick of like maybe a bully or something like that, like trying to get back at a bully, or a bully is picking on someone.
How do you reckon we can prevent them?
The school has tried a lot of ways, like anti-bullying posters, but they don't really work. I don't know, maybe more staff on duty in more places. I mean, they do a half good job when there's a lot of people going to a fight and it's really crowded, so then they can kind of pick up on that. But no matter what, fights will happen.
Yeah.
I think.
What kind of students do you think get in these fights?
Mainly attention seekers.
Yeah, okay.
And bullies, I'd say, because they want attention, or they're just picking on someone for the fun of it.
Okay.
So,
and do you think the media has an influence, like Snapchat or Instagram or something?
yeah, because someone records it, it will spread really fast.
Yeah, okay.
So then people from like all around the world can see it.
Sweet, cheers.
Yeah.
Okay, so today we're here with Mac, and we're going to ask him a few questions about school fights. So Mac, why do you think so many school fights happen?
Oh, in an old boys' school, you know, you've got a lot of testosterone and, you know, a bit of personality clashes, trying to work out who's the top dog. So, you know, sometimes it sort of happens like that, I think.
Do you think there's a way to prevent these sort of fights?
Not really. It's part of life.
Yeah.
You know, it's part of life, and that you're going to get people that you don't get along with in a school environment. And when you're youngsters like yourselves, you know, it's usually your fists that do the talking.
What kind of students do you think get in these kind of fights?
I don't think there's really a certain type of student that does it. I think it can happen to any student, whether it's a really good student or a really low student. It's just about if you get your buttons pushed enough that you might just snap and you've had enough.
Okay. And do you think social media has a play in all this? Snapchat, Instagram, and Facebook?
Yeah, I do, because I think it's almost like the keyboard warriors. You know, you can be all mouthy and chirpy on Facebook, and it's not sort of there, but when it's in person, they tend to sort of back down a little bit and don't like the consequences that happen. So Facebook, social media's a big influence in it nowadays as well.
Awesome, cheers.
No worries.
Okay, so today we're here with Howard, and we're just going to ask him a few questions about school fights. So Howard, why do you think so many school fights happen?
I wish I knew the answer to that. I can say that for like my first 10 years here, fights were really, really rare. Like, almost never happened. Feels like they're becoming a little bit more common. I don't know if that's true or not, but it certainly feels that way.
Yeah.
I don't know why they happen. Yeah.
Do you know any ways that we could probably prevent these fights?
I think we need to help people figure out other ways to solve their problems. So of course people are going to have disagreements with other people, but they've got to figure out how to deal with them in sensible ways that don't involve violence. And we've got to make this school a nice, calm place where things don't feel like they're frantic or have people on edge.
What kind of students do you think get in these kind of fights?
It's an interesting question. I don't know what the good answer to that is though. Probably students who think that violence is the answer, maybe who see that in their lives or see that in other places, that solving things with your fists is the way to go.
Yeah, okay. And do you think like social media, so like Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, has like a role to play in these sort of things?
Yeah, I know it can. It's like some things that might have been able to get dealt with at school. They get kind of stoked up over social media, and people get egged on as a result of that. So I don't think it helps.
Cool, sweet, cheers.
You're welcome.